right upstairs today. It's just me. Yeah. They're planning for the service. Yeah, I'm gonna walk right upstairs. Morning, Gilly. Well, there's our starting bell. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church in New Bedford. I am Reverend Karen LeBlanc. I minister to this congregation as we minister to each other here. Thank you, Rick, for ringing our bell. We are so glad you're here. We are a beloved people creating beloved community here at First Unitarian in New Bedford. We believe in practicing and promoting the Unitarian values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity in our congregation. Those values always spring from the love at the center that guides us all. We are people of purpose in this church. We work to make sure everyone feels valued and included in this meeting house, regardless of race, color, nationality, age, physical or mental abilities, gender identity, economic status, how you believe or who you love. And if what you hear today resonates with you, we hope you'll consider becoming part of this way cool community of seekers and keepers of this very long dream that is our church. First Unitarian in New Bedford recognizes that the land we inhabit and enjoy sits on the unceded ancestral land of the Wampanoag. We give respect to the people of the First Light and their ancestors, and we honor them in this church. A couple of quick housekeeping things here. If you are new here and want some more information about our church, you can fill this out, put it in our offertory basket. That will put you on our newsletter list. If you do never open your newsletter, you will get dropped from the list after 6 months. Jess wanted me to tell you that. It's not a threat, it's a promise. Of course, join us after the service for coffee hour right downstairs. And we are live streaming this morning, as usual, so please be aware of that. And if you'll put your phones in worship mode, I am so sorry about that weird squeak. It's our heater. It kind of comes and goes. There is nothing I can do about it. We'll just have to live with it. And as you can tell, we don't have Randy today, so Tony Ann and I were going to try to pull together and do the best we can. Now, if you'll all give me a stand up for a moment, we'll get ourselves, take a few deep breaths. Just if you can, if you are able and willing. Gonna do just a couple of those deep breaths and movement of our bodies to bring ourselves present. And one more. And then when we bring our arms down, we're going to do cactus arms like this and put our hearts forward as we do here. Put your hands on your hearts. Give yourself some love. Send that love out into the world where it's desperately needed, my friends. Oh, okay. Have a seat. That always feels better. Okay, now, our chalice lighting. Who can light our chalice for us today? Sri, you want to light the chalice, please? The chalice lighting words are by Kalidasa. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. And today well lived makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation to the ever-new dawn. And now our opening words this morning are from Linda Barnes, who I had the pleasure of spending some time with this summer at Star Island. Suspended between all that was and all that might be, we struggle to find this very moment, to live this very moment. So let us sit together for a moment. Let us savor this moment. Let us relish this between time where past meets future. Let us harbor a faith that reminds us that right now, right here, is enough. And now we're going to sing our first hymn together, and it is printed in your order of service. We were going to do this last week, but we ended up having Randy. So if you will stand. Tony Ann, do you know the song, Gathered Here? It's all right, I know it. Okay, well, just sing out loud then. So it goes like this. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Let's sing it again. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. One more time. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. I like that one. Now take the time to say good morning to each other, please. We welcome you, newcomers especially. And now, if you'll remain standing, we're going to read our covenant together, which is printed in your order of service. We come together as a religious community, upholding freedom of conscience, right relationship, and the inherent worth of all people. We value our diversity and pledge to care for one another in the spirit of compassion, to speak and listen to each other with respect, and to promote justice and kindness in the world. Good morning. Kids, go right upstairs to Miss Yasmin, because she's got stuff planning for the solstice service. So you guys don't have to wait around. You can go right up. Okay. So now's the time in our service where we share with each other our joys, our concerns. If you have something you'd like to share, please come up, tell us your name, and please briefly tell us what you'd like to share. I am going to share the first joy because we had our first congregational date yesterday to go see the alpacas at the alpaca farm in Mattapoisett, and it was beautiful, and it was gorgeous and glorious, and there were capybaras and sheeps and zemus and zebus, yes, I didn't know what a zebu was either. But we had a tremendous time. We're going to go back in the spring when we can pet the capybaras. They were there. They were lazing in the sun. It was magnificent. So I am going to light a candle of sheer delight for yesterday's outing. I'm also going to light a candle for my brother Patrick's birthday. Anybody else? Candy takers? Shri, come on up.
Hi everyone, I'm Sri Lakshmi. Me and Tony Ann are part of New Bedford Choral Society, and we have this holiday concert coming up that is next Sunday, and Sunday 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'd love for you guys to join.
Where is it going to be?
At Great Episcopal Church.
Oh, Grace Episcopal Church on County Street.
Yes.
3 o'clock?
Yes.
Next Sunday.
Yes, thank you.
Sounds like a lovely time. Come on up, Brenda. Well,
Yeah. Hi, my name is Brenda. Nice to see you guys here today. Right now, I'm very concerned about the situation with the election and everything, and I was devastated. I don't know about everyone else here, but I just want to send out love and healing right now. I'm a little nervous, so sorry about that. This is my first time this is my first time ever doing this, but I just wanted to send out love and healing to everybody right now, and I feel that everything will be okay, but we have to fight and be proactive right now. And, you know, have community is very important. And I also wanted to say that my fiance right now, he's going through a lot. He lives in a third world country. He needs protection, and he needs protection and safety. If you could please put those the healing energies out and love and protection for him, I would really, really appreciate it.
what's his name, Brenda?
Victor. His name is Victor. Thank you so much, and I love you. I love you all.
We're so glad to have you here today, Brenda. Good to see you, girl.
Thank you.
Send Victor some big lovin's. Come on up.
Hi, my name is Bethany. I'd like to light a candle of concern. I'm having a hard time maintaining my delivery job as we head towards the winter, heading towards the solstice, and then particularly January and into February. My functioning goes down. I'm working less hours, and because of the number of call-outs and medical stuff that's happened, now my employer's giving me 4 hours next week, which leads to me doing a scrambled dash to find out other ways that I can make money to pay for my medications, which are over $1,000 a month.
Hi, my name is Deb, and I would like to ask for your support and prayers for a woman who is related to me in a complicated way that I can't explain. But I saw her over Thanksgiving, and she told me that she has lymphoma, and although she is getting infusions and they seem to help, her name is Liza, and if you could think of her, that would be great. Thank you.
Liza, we'll give you some love. Do you want to come up, my friend?
Hi, my name is Amy. And my only son committed suicide on the 26th. He went to Alaska and got a handgun, but he wasn't my best buddy. And I feel like I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life.
Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. As someone who has lost a child myself, I know how hard that is. Hey, we'll be here for you, okay? Yep, I know. It takes a long time before it gets any easier, my sister. And I lit 2 candles, as is our practice here, one for all the joys and the sorrows we hold in our hearts today, and one for everybody out there that doesn't have a place to share their joys and their sorrows with such love. Okay. Boy, today would be a good time for Randy's centering music, wouldn't it? No, it's okay. We'll wait for after the prayer. We're going to do our responsive reading right now. And first, let me say, I love this piece of writing. And I want you to take this home and for a couple of times this week, use that practice of presence. Read this poem several times this week. Read it aloud, read it to yourself, and then read it again. So we're going to read it together right now. So I will read the regular type if you will answer with the bold type. It's called What You Missed That Day You Were Absent from 4th Grade by Brad Aaron Maudlin. Mrs. Nelson explained how to stand still and listen to the wind, how to find meaning in pumping gas. After lunch, she distributed worksheets that covered ways to remember your grandfather's voice. This prompted Mrs. Nelson to draw a chalkboard diagram detailing how to chant the Psalms during cigarette breaks. The English lesson was that I am is a complete sentence. And just before the afternoon bell, she made the math equation look easy. Indeed, it does. Now, join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Loving one, free me from my self-enclosure, to trust I am fully loved and heard, so I can love and hear others. Help me to be fully present, to be aware of myself, my reactions, my wounds and fears and filters, and to mindfully, lightly hold them aside so I can be fully present for others, truly listening, opening a space in me for them to be safe, to be true, to be free. May I be a spacious and welcoming presence to offer people the precious gift of being heard, being seen, and being witnessed. Amen, and so may it be.
Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table, from afar and travel home. Blessed we are able, grateful for this sheltered place, light in every window. Welcome, welcome, share this feast. Come away from sorrow. Mother, father, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, in the gift of loving kindness. Grateful for what's understood and all that's forgiven. We try so hard to be good, to lead a life worth living. Mother, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, let grateful days be endless. Grateful for each hand we hold, gather round this table.
Thank you, Tony Ann. What a nice song. Our second reading today is from John O'Donohue, one of my very favorite writers. It's called For the Senses. May the touch of your skin register the beauty of the otherness that surrounds you. May your listening be attuned to the deeper silence where sound is honed to bring distance home. May the fragrance of a breathing meadow refresh your heart and remind you you are a child of the earth. And when you partake of food and drink, may your taste quicken to the gift and sweetness that flows from the earth. May your inner eye see through the surfaces and glean the real presence of everything that meets you. May your soul beautify the desire of your eyes, that you might glimpse the infinity that hides in the simple sights that seem worn to your usual eyes. Tony Ann, can we try this one? Next hymn is number 38, number 38. Please rise if you are willing and able. I think most people know this song fairly well.
Okay, let's see.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning. Praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Please have a seat. And if, let's see, who's taking the collection this morning? Deb and Mary, thank you. So now is the time in our service where we ask you for your very kind donations toward the many good works of this church. And we sure do thank you for your continuing generosity and remind you to make your pledge if you haven't done so already. Thanks, Tony Ann. Our Soul Matters theme for the month of December is how we center love through the practice of presence, which we could define as savoring the experience of the moments of our lives as they happen and appreciating what is happening exactly now. This can be difficult to accomplish when it seems like everything around us is a perpetual distraction from what is happening in the moment, right? But we love distraction. We love it. Goddess knows I am a slave to my news feed, and I chalk that up to making sure I know what's happening in the world, which is stressfully important to me. Yes, I just made up a new adverb. You're welcome. But I also know that I miss a lot of presence because of that. And at the same time, on other platforms outside the news, I also get to share other people's lives, which is kind of cool, and it's a different sort of way of being present. I love YouTube and TikTok, love them. And though I might spend my time and better in other pursuits, it gives me joy a lot, right? So where's the line that you draw? This topic of presence has really been stuck in my head for a few weeks now. And I've become kind of fascinated by it, especially when sometimes there's this really, really slight difference between presence and distraction, I've noticed. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But first let's talk about presence. So Eckhart Tolle, who was a prominent spiritual thinker from early in this century, he had a lot to say about presence. After a bout with near suicidal depression, he had some big epiphanies about living in the moment and finding peace in that pursuit. His first book was called The Power of Now. He said, and I want you to listen closely to this, he said, "Unease, anxiety, tension, stress, worry, all forms of fear are caused by too much future and not enough presence. Guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness, and all forms of non-forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough presence." That's a pretty simple yet profound observation, I think. And if you think about it for just a minute, you know he's right. All of those things that make us so anxious and worried, they're mostly because we fear what will happen, what changes might come that we can try to control, but know that we really can't control them, right? And those things that weigh on our hearts, like grief and anger, guilt, resentment, they are because of things that have already happened and we can't change. So again, we have no control over them. And both of those states are really uncomfortable to us. We don't like not feeling in control. Yet, we most often spend more time fretting about the future and regretting the past than we do being present in the moment, right? Why is that, do you think? The great American author Henry Miller, hardly a Zen master, but a wordsmith of note, observed that the moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself. The more I look at a thing, the more I see in it. The more I see in it, the more I want to see into it. It's like peeling an onion. There is always another layer and another and another. To me, this gives another clear and simple definition of presence: to give close attention to anything. And you know what that means. We all know what it means to have the quiet moment of wonder when we feel so connected to this big web of all life. It can be in the simple act of drinking coffee and watching the birds out your window, walking through the woods, breathing and observing with amazement how the ecosystem plays its parts perfectly. Closing your eyes, sitting near the ocean and letting the water just hold you for a while, the sound of it, or carry you like a child when you're in it and soothe you while you're floating. Those moments, we hopefully savor them when they happen. It's important to make time to be present. It keeps all the stress of past and future in balance enough to let us lead some kind of good life. But would it be good for us to be present all the time? Oh, no. As much as I enjoy being present and how much my job involves being present for others, it would be exhausting to be present all the time. And how empty it might become. Because we aren't built like that, really, right? We are humans, and what has happened to us and what we dream for the future is exactly what shapes the course of our lives. There is no other way to make decisions and choices, right? No other way to decide which path we're going to be on than to reflect on the past and envision what we might be able to do with our future. And I have a deeper theory about presence and why we don't utilize it quite as much as we probably should. When we savor a moment, stash it away in our heads and hearts because it's something special and wonderful, or because it's perfectly simple and beautiful, it's because we are reminded, if only subconsciously, of our mortality. Something inside us knows this will be the only time in my life I experience this here now. And that's every moment, people, that we only get to do now. That's every moment. Every second is unique, here and gone. And it breaks our little minds to think about that for too long. So we find myriad ways to distract ourselves. We can't always live in that presence of what's coming. But as I've thought about it, boy, we humans are so clever in how we distract ourselves and each other. And we can use some of these distractions to share each other's presence, I have found this week as I've been researching this. And maybe that's a way of tempering the mortality and balancing the dread of what's to come. And I know it's not just me that feels this way. Because think of it, all of the arts, visual arts, music, dance, sculpture, storytelling, they all come out of a vision that the artist wants to share, which reflects the kind of presence they were opening up to in their lives when they thought to create this. And then when we make ourselves present for their presence, we all win, right? Art, that's an amazing thing. So presence doesn't have to be your own. You can share other people's presence, and it doesn't have to be out in nature, and it doesn't have to have any rules, because every second is yours to live. You make the rules. But there are degrees of distraction, and not all of them translate into feelings of real presence, right? The best way I can explain it, and I use this often, is YouTube. YouTube has a video for everything, right? Everything you have ever imagined is on its platform, and its whole purpose ties up distraction and sharing presence in different ways. So YouTube has become a place where we distract each other with our collective presence. And it's kind of splendid. Anything I need to learn, I can find a video for it on YouTube. That's the practical part of it. There are infinite rabbit holes to divert you when you are done changing the serpentine belt on your 2005 Dodge Caravan. You know what I mean. I watch a lot of YouTube. And I try to keep it interesting enough that the algorithm shows me all kinds of wild stuff. And I can be really expansive in what I consume. I have found so many sermons in random YouTube videos that have inspired me, and I have done at least 2 very successful sermons based on the show Drunk History. It's true. But there's a point when I can feel it making me stupider. And that's when I know I need to turn away. I promised myself decades ago to avoid doing things that made me stupider, and I try to stick to that. So is watching capybaras or marmoset videos being present? Maybe for the first few minutes that give you joy, but if you watch video after video after video, there's a point where it becomes pointless, and that we know we're just watching to distract ourselves. there's no purpose or appreciation, it becomes stress relief, right? And the other night, I was watching, across my feed came the old 2003 video of Johnny Cash singing, covering the Nine Inch Nails song, Hurt. And it came across my feed, and I watched it for the first time in several years, and it hit me super hard, just as hard as it did the first time I saw it years and years ago. And it was released like 3 months after he passed away, about 6 months after his wife passed away. And man, the raw emotion in his performance, combined with the symbolism of a grand table heavy with food and scenes from his life flashing before our eyes, it is simply breathtaking. And if you have never seen it, go check it out on YouTube, because I can't think of a more poignant and brilliant piece of art in that music video medium ever created. It is spectacular. I felt so present watching and listening, and that's how I got onto this whole, like, how can you be present watching YouTube? I'm like, oh, this is how, because that moment felt so expansive, like it was filling me up inside. So maybe that's how we define presence. We know it when we feel it, because we can't feel anything else inside. The moments that engulf us, swallow us whole, alter our awareness of ourselves in the world. And we have to find that balance for ourselves between healthy presence and healthy distraction, because we can't be present all the time, and we definitely shouldn't be distracted all the time. We know in our hearts and minds that it is mentally and spiritually rewarding to be more present. And for most of us, we know we could work on that, right? There are lots of avenues to get there. And being open to finding wonder in all things is the map that will lead you to more presence. Opening your presence to others, giving someone else the space to be heard and appreciated, that's a really good exercise too. And you'll find that people being present together, that's just like soul candy, people. Why do you think millions and millions of people go to church, or go to a synagogue or a mosque or a temple, or have a full moon ritual? We are all in our respective meeting places with the purpose of being present with each other and the divine. And it makes for a powerful, stabilizing force in this world, my friends. I'm so grateful to have this community of people and to share this presence with you that we do every Sunday. I hope it fills you with as much joy as it fills me, with excitement and with purpose. So let's make our final definition of presence more literal. Presence is showing up, right? Presence means to be here. So let's keep showing up and working together for peace and justice, and keep growing this amazing congregation and community, because the presence we share is a great gift to us all. So thank you for that gift. Amen. Now, my friends, let's try to sing number 123, 123. We'll sing it through 3 times. How about that? Please rise as you are willing and able. Spirit of life,
Come unto me, sing
sing in my heart. Wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me. We'll do it twice.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Why don't you go ahead and sit down for our closing words? If I can find my final page, here it is. Closing words are from Reverend Sandra Fees. Whoever you are, wherever you go, may you know the stillness of winter and the call to love. May you see the moon silvering the night sky and let the dark of midnight plunge you into your truest self and fling you back out again into a world in need of who you are. May there be familiar carols you know by heart and new melodies to set you free. May there be feasting and frolicking, kindness and wonderment. And may there be wise people to follow a star in the east, and a child to teach us to love, and enough magic to let imagination go wild, to let Christmas arrive with enchantments, with its glitter, glow, and gold, to let what wants to be born break through. May the presence of the holy crowd out fear, hate, and worry, and proclaim in this moment that peace and goodwill might yet be breathed into the world, and a vow that we too can give birth to love wherever we go and whoever we are. Amen, my friends. A couple of quick reminders. Next Saturday is our holiday fair, 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, so please come on down. If you'd like to help volunteer, let Jessica know in the office. Next Sunday is Lessons and Carols. Our good friend George Pereira will be hosting that, as he usually does, and that is a nice traditional sort of service. And then the next week, I've been waiting to do this for years, I will be doing a Child's Christmas in Wales, and we had an extra week in December, an extra Sunday in December this year, and I said, yes, this is the year. So that will be an unusual and really cool service. If you've never read A Child's Christmas in Wales or heard it, I hope you will enjoy it. It is a fun, cool story. So that's it. We, of course, have Christmas Eve service here on the 24th at 7 o'clock. It's a lovely time, Christmas candlelight service. So join us all this beautiful, chilly month of December, and keep coming back, y'all. Hold fast. We love you. Stay strong. Live long and prosper. Go in peace. Come on, join us for some coffee.